Hey guys, I cannot believe this, but I am actually on round 7 of my tournament in Krakow. So I'm really sad about this fact, but it is what it is. And let me show you a game I played. You're playing the Queen's Gambit, I think. And I decided to play a weird variation. To be honest, I've never looked at what other people say about it. It's just something I came up with. The idea is that this bishop is never gonna be a good piece because it's blocked. And that's the only advantage I really have in this position. Decided to play knight d2 to allow my rook on c1, and also if he's gonna play b5, so I don't want to have this knight here and be vulnerable to attacks in one tempo. So put my knight here, bishop b1. This guy thought he was winning, but he just missed knight to e5. Lol. He needed to go back, and now g4, and he got like, oh no. Yes, that's what I like to play in this type of positions. Pawn to g4. Surprise, right? King to e7. I was completely winning, and I played queen to f3, which was not so accurate. I should have played pawn to g5. Yeah, I completely missed bishop b5 now because I wanted to castle after he goes rook to ac8, but I didn't have it, and I played a3. I completely forgot that he can move the rook here. I thought he's gonna have to move this like this, move it like this. I'm gonna take and play pawn to e5, right, and simple win. But unfortunately he played rook to ac8, and the attack really cooled off, right? Push to e5 first. If you take, I'm gonna take the knight with a check, so you have to move the knight. And now I activate my rook. The king hasn't moved yet. It's crazy. You cannot take the pawn because rook to g2 and you're losing a knight. And he played f5, which was weird. I thought that he's just gonna go knight to h6. Like, this pawn is good. A good piece defended by the king, right? So I don't understand f5. I took. We are equal on material. Rook to g8 doesn't work because I take. He takes, and I have bishop h7. I'm winning a pawn that is on the side of the board. It should be a win, right? So rook to g7. Again, another kind of waste of a tempo. Maybe king to f7 was better. Bishop to d3. I mean, we can see the difference, right? Can we see the difference between the bishops? Mine is a little bit better, right? I thought that he's just gonna go for bishop b5, but he didn't. He played a5. Knight to f3. I mean, we can see that we are looking at e5, rook f7. We are looking at e5 of the knight, but also look how good defensively the knight is. I love it. King to e2, and he goes e5. Can you imagine? He had like 30 minutes on the clock. He plays e5. The problem is that I can take now. And if he takes, I give a check. He moves away and I defend the pawn. So pretty simple idea. He was 1831 FIDE. He made a blunder like this. Crazy. So I took, and a4. Can you see the idea? Threatening this, so if he moves... Oh yeah, he could have just moved there, to be honest. That was the best option. Wow, I did not even think about it. But let's say he moves away with the knight here. Bishop to f5. The knight will never leave the square without risking an exchange. And if you go to b8, this knight will never leave without forcing an exchange. And also a huge threat of knight to c6, rook f6. I don't know, it It was just difficult for him at this point, and you know what? He just gave up. He literally just gave up. So I was happy yesterday. I won the games. Playing against a candidate master today, so wish me luck and see ya.